my name's Siri, and I'm the Active Older Adults Engagement Director here at the Oshkosh Community YMCA. I also teach an awesome class on Wednesdays at 20th Ave called Senior Core. So I'm going to take you on a virtual fitness class of Senior Core, and some of the things we'd usually do in that 45-minute class. We're going to break it down to about a 20-minute class. If that's not enough for you, feel free to do it twice. But we're going to start out with some standing exercises, and then we are going to bring it down to the mat. So the exercises down on the mat don't have any modifications, but you can still think of modifications to do in a chair, I'm sure, as we're doing it, but I'm just going to be doing them on the mat today. So we're going to start out with some exercises that are going to either, you can use a weight or a soup can or anything that you think, a water bottle. We're going to be focusing on some torso rotations to start. So we're really working on our core stabilizer muscles as we rotate that torso, keeping those hips in line and keeping those knees a little bit bent. Feet are about hip width apart, and we're just going to rotate to each direction. So we're going to do 6 on each side to start, 12 total. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bringing it back down. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to set that weight down for a second, and we're going to come back to those. We're going to work on that balance a little bit while we're doing this core exercise, bringing opposite elbow to opposite knee. So you can have those fingertips up behind your head, or if that's a little bit too challenging, you can always lower them down. We're going to bring opposite knee to opposite elbow. So the knees can be up, or fingertips can be up or down. We're going to do 6 each side again. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Grabbing that can or that weight if you'd like, or even a paper plate, going into those torso rotations one more time for 12. Here's 1, 2, keep breathing, grab a drink of water whenever you need, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, working on that posture, 2, 3, 2, last one. Very good. Back to those crunches, setting down that weight. I'm going to bring my fingertips right behind my head. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We're going to grab that weight or can again, moving into some wood chops. So a wood chop, you're going to have that weight up, and you're going to bring it down to that other side, working those oblique core muscles here. And if you'd like to add a little bit of a squat, you can add that squat. So we're sticking on one side here. We're going to go for 6 on this side. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring it to center. Other side for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to go right into another set of 6. I'm going to show it this time without that squat. So here it looks like without the squat for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it to center. Other side, 6, 5. Still have that slight bend in the knee. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Last thing we're gonna work on, standing, is gonna be some balance. So again, if you need help with balance, you can definitely be next to a chair or a countertop. So we're gonna work on this warrior balance pose. We're gonna go into 10 repetitions on one leg, trying to come up into that parallel line with the floor. But if that's a little bit too challenging, even if you just come up into a 45-degree angle with those arms and legs, that is absolutely still working on that balance. So I'm gonna bring it back down here to challenge myself a little bit on my balance. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, pulling that belly button in towards our spine, 2, and last one we're gonna try to hold for 5, 4, 3, that's okay, keep doing the best you can, and 1. Good, same thing to our other side for 10. Again, doing the best we can. One foot might be balancing better than the other, that's okay. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one we're gonna hold again for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, clearly I know which side I'm better at balancing on. We're gonna take it down to the mat now for our last 5 exercises. Go ahead and grab a drink, and I'll meet you on the mat. All right, we are on the mat. We're gonna lower it down, having that back flat on the mat, those heels on the mat as well. And we're gonna lift one leg up into tabletop and then the other. And we're gonna lift those arms straight up so those fingertips are reaching up towards the ceiling. And we're gonna lower one arm and then that opposite leg down. Now instead of lowering that leg so it's straight, you can just tap those toes or you can extend that leg. So there's your modification, whatever works for you. So I'm gonna lower this arm and this leg back to center, and we're gonna keep that same arm and leg for 9 more. 8. Staying balanced here, keeping that lower back imprinted on the mat. Good, here's 5 and 4. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it back to center. Let's pull those knees into our chest for a little release. And we'll bring those knees back up into tabletop, and we'll work that opposite arm and opposite leg. Again, feel free to just tap those toes down. Otherwise, we're gonna fully extend for 10. 9, pulling that belly button in towards our spine. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to do that one more time, alternating now, 6 each side. So here's 1, and we're alternating. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and again, let's pull those knees in towards our chest and let's rock side to side if you'd like, massaging that lower back down on the mat. Good, and we're gonna lower those feet down. Feet are flat on the mat. Arms are gonna come right at our side, next to those hips. We're gonna imprint that lower back down on the mat, so we're tilting that pelvis, and that lower back is imprinted so we couldn't even fit a piece of paper or a paper clip through that lower back. And as we tilt that pelvis, we're gonna lift one vertebrae at a time off the mat, lifting up into a glute bridge. Think about squeezing at the top. If you have a small ball or a tennis ball that you want to put in between your legs, you could do that in the future. We're going to hold here for 10 more seconds. Great job, everyone. And we're going to lower down nice and slow with control, one vertebrae at a time, coming into neutral spine, relaxing that spine, coming into a neutral position, releasing any tension in that lower back. Good. And we're going to do that again, imprinting that lower back down, slowly lifting one vertebrae at a time, pushing those heels down into the mat, squeezing those shoulder blades down in the mat, lifting those hips up towards the ceiling, and again, squeezing at the top. Holding here. Great job. 10 more seconds we're gonna hold for. And nice and slow, again with control, we're going to release down. Good. Let's pull individually, one leg in towards the chest at a time. And take it out to the side. And bring it back to center. Let's do a few ankle circles and reverse directions of those circles. Good, releasing that leg, bringing that other knee up towards our chest. Bringing it out to that 45-degree angle. Bringing it back to center, and if you'd like, a few ankle circles. And switch directions. Good. If you would like to do more bridges, you can always do so after this video. We're gonna go ahead and bring it onto our bellies for some planks. So we're just gonna do 3 sets of 20-second planks. So you can either plank with those arms straight, or a forearm plank, bringing those forearms down all the way on the mat. The important thing is that we're stacking our joints, our elbows, our shoulders, our elbows, and our wrists should all be in line with each other when we are in that straight arm plank. So you can also be down on your knees or coming up on your toes. But again, the important thing is that we're all in line, so we don't have our backs hunched like this, and we don't have our backs this way either. We want to be nice and flat like a board. So think of yourself as a plank in Peter Pan. That's all I can think of right now. So we're going to start out 20 seconds. I'm going to come into that forearm plank, lifting up on my toes. 20 seconds starts now. We want to keep that gaze slightly out in front of us, not way up in front of us, and not down looking at our toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Relax that upper body, coming into a slight child's pose, modified child's pose, just bending halfway down. And we're going to go into set number 2 for 20 seconds. Here we go. Feel free to mix it up if you'd like to come up into those straight arm planks instead. Keeping that belly button pulled in towards our spine, and we're still breathing through this exercise. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bringing it back again. And we've got one more plank for 20 seconds, and then we can say we did a full minute plank today. So here's our last 20-second plank. We're gonna go up in 3, 2, I'm gonna bring it up to a straight arm plank, 1. So my wrists, elbows, and shoulders are all stacked, so I'm protecting those joints. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees down if they were up. And let's bring it down into a child's pose. Creating a little space in between those knees, especially if you have any knee injuries or ailments. Good, and we're gonna bring it back up and we're gonna go into some bird dogs. So just like we did with the dead bug on our backs, we're gonna be on all fours now. We're gonna lift one arm and the opposite leg, bringing it up like this, working on those stabilizer muscles here. Core is engaged, belly button is pulled towards the spine, and release. Other arm, other leg. And if it's too much to lift both limbs off, release. You could always just lift one arm, or you could just lift one leg. Definitely working our balance here, and release. Same thing, other side. Good, there's 4. We're gonna do 8 more, 4 more each side. And release. Slight hold at the top. You could even take it out to a 45-degree angle, bring it back in, and lower if you'd like. 4 more. You can make it as easy or challenging as you want. Last 2. Good. And our last and final exercise here on the mat before we do a final stretch is going to be push-ups. So we are going to be doing 8 push-ups, and we're just going to do 2 sets of 8. So if you'd rather do a different number, that's totally fine. So same thing as those planks. We're focusing on protecting those joints and, of course, keeping that back nice and flat. Shoulders, everything is in line. So we're going to bring those elbows just outside of that rib cage as we push down and push back up. And these can be done on your knees or on your toes, totally up to you. 4 more. 2. And last one. Good, let's lower it down. And we'll do 1 more set of 8. If you'd rather do 7, 6, 5, 12, however many you want, that's fine too. We're gonna do 8 more, toes or knees. Here we go. 4 more. Last one. Good. Bringing it down into that child's pose. We're going to take those arms out to one side. Focusing on slowing down that breath here. Breathing in through the nose, taking it out to that other side, and out through the mouth. Good, and bring it back to center. Feel free to relax that forehead down on the mat. Just finishing up this relaxation pose here in child's pose, catching our breath. And nice and slow coming up, taking our time. We're going to bring one leg out in front, bent knee in line with that ankle, placing one arm down, and we're going to lift up towards the ceiling for a nice stretch. Good. Bringing it back down. We're going to push back, reaching for those toes. Good. Good, taking our time, switching to the other leg in front. Reaching up towards the ceiling. Good, lowering back down, taking those toes off the mat, flexing that foot, reaching forward. Nice stretch in the back of the leg. And take your time coming back to standing. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you'll check out our Oshkosh YMCA YouTube channel for more videos and awesome mission moments from everything we do here at the Y. Thank you.